All right, hi everybody. I want to take a moment to show you how to do 1.2.7. This is getting your airfoil out of the foil simulator and into Onshape and ready to be built. So once you've gotten all your simulation data, make sure that, of course, your thing is all set up the way you want it. You're going to go ahead and click on the Geometry tab. It's helpful to have your angle of attack at 0 for this, by the way. It's not necessary. And you're going to get all this data. We're going to want to copy and paste it. It's a little finicky, so make sure you hold the mouse down, Control-C to copy. You're going to want a brand new empty spreadsheet to paste that data into. Notice all the data is kind of crammed into one column. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that column. We're going to go to Data, down to Split Text to Columns. That's going to split it up for us. Our separator is a space, and we get 4 columns. We don't need any of the column headings, nor do we need these right 2 columns. Come down, we can also delete these 3 rows. This is all of our X data and our Y data, all those XY coordinates for our airfoil. And in fact, you can find that out if you go ahead and highlight it and insert a chart. We do need to make it a scatter plot. Oops. There we go. There's our airfoil. You'll notice it looks a little squished, but that's also because of the dimensions of our thing. You'll notice that the chord line has appeared, this like line jutting across the airfoil. We don't want that. And it turns out that's because the order of our points are going doot across the upper camber, and then ka-chunk doot for the lower camber. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to swap the order of the points up top. Now there's really, you'd think there would be a very clever way to do this. The best way I found to do this is to add a new column and then just to number these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You're going to go up to the point where it kind of the X coordinate jumps back to being negative. Now that we've numbered that, select all of that stuff. And we're going to go Data, Sort Range by column Z to A. So we're going to reverse it. Once we've reversed it, we can get rid of that sorting column. And we can tell we've fixed it because if we put in a chart, which again should be a scatter plot, the chord line is gone. All right, so go ahead and delete your graph if you made it to double check. This is actually everything you need in there. There should be no X and Y headings. There should be nothing but numbers in here. You're going to want to give it a good name with no spaces in it. So I'm going to call it DB Airfoil Test in this case. Once you've got that, we're going to go download, and we're going to download it as a CSV file. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, the downloaded thing should have no spaces in the name. All right. Great. That's step 1, getting your CSV download. On to step 2. What you're going to do is you're going to come to Onshape, which should be connected and everything. And there is an Onshape file that's linked in the assignment. When you load this Onshape file, it's going to have this big complicated name. It's also going to tell you probably that it's read only, and that what you need to do is make a copy to edit. So go ahead and make a copy for yourself. Give it a name. Give it a good name. Sure, copy it here. Copy it here. This is like a weird, complicated script that somebody else made, and it's going to help take your data and put it in. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead here to the plus and import. And the thing we're going to import is going to be your CSV file. All right, so once that imports, we're going to go ahead and scroll around until we find the CSV file that you put in. There it is. And if you click on your CSV file, you're going to notice it's got this very complicated URL. You want to go to the very end where it goes and take everything after the slash and copy it. The reason is that's the address where Onshape is going to look for the data. All right, we're going to go to Feature Studio 1. This is the script. Don't worry about how the script works. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to where it says My Airfoil, and you're going to notice it says CBD, some other things, or actually I'll probably say a totally different string of numbers for you. But in any case, right here in this green thing in My Airfoil, you're going to paste in the thing you copied. Now, it's going to look a little weird. You'll notice that there's this big string of numbers here. Your job is to take this big string of numbers and change it to the word path. Do that in all the places, path. And you'll kind of notice as you do that it fixes itself. Why do you have to do this? A good question. Sometimes life is a mystery, and we are merely journeying. So once that all looks nice, it says path, 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 path. It should now say your CSV. You're going to go ahead and click commit. We're going to let it think for a moment, and we're going to go come to Part Studio 1. And here, is our airfoil in all of its glory. We want our airfoil here to be extruded by about 4 inches, because right now it's just a shape. We would like to make it a solid object. So we're going to extrude it by about 4 inches. Notice here, the script actually takes care of it. It's about 4 inches long, and now it's 4 inches wide. We're almost done. The last thing we want to do here is we want to emboss our name on here. So we're going to go to one of the faces. We're going to do a new sketch on that face. We're going to go ahead and put in some text. And here's where you might want to reorient your view if you're more skilled than I am. And you're going to want to put your name and your period. So maybe I'm DB period 7, just your initials is fine. So we've got that text on there. Cool. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, where is it? We're going to want to emboss it. Why do I always forget how to emboss it? I had this. It was extrude it with a stamp. You know, obviously I do this all the time. What you can do is you can do an extrude of that, and you can remove. You don't want to go quite as, 2 millimeters should be fine. And if you do that, it will etch it into the side of the thing. You can also extrude it out, but I like kind of embossing it in. So once you've got that, your airfoil of the right shape with your name embossed on the side, you're going to come to your part here. So now our airfoil is done. We need to get it out as something we can 3D print. You're going to right click on part 1, and you're going to go to export. We want to export it we want to give it a good name. We want to export it as an STL binary millimeter fine. So make sure your settings are STL binary millimeter fine. And then we're going to export it. And that's going to give you an STL file that you are going to turn into me so that I can 3D print your airfoil. All right, thank you very much.